Hi, my name's Sean Coultis. I'm the head football coach at Evansville Central High School. Today I'm going to be talking about wing T, but specifically how you can run the same plays multiple different ways while keeping it simple for your backfield action and your offensive line. Just basically trying to use multiple formations, motions, present a different picture, some window dressing of the defense, but while keeping it simple for your own kids. If you'd like the information to contact me, I'm head football coach at Evansville Central. My email is Sean, SEAN Coultis, COULTIS at EVSC.K12.com. I'd be happy to share any information, any film with you, or answer any questions that I could, and try to help any other wing T coach out there. Let's get into this. First, I just want to kind of talk about how we have multiple formations and we flip-flop our offensive line. I know there's some wing T coaches out there that believe in flopping their offensive line and some that are against it. When I really think about it from the standpoint of it's going to make it easier for our kids, I'm sold. So basically what that means, if we're running, we have a play side of belly, for instance, and we have an away side, or it's always the same guard that's always kicking out on buck sweep, and it's always the same guard wrapping. So I think by thinking about it that way, you're going to get twice as good. You only have to learn one job on each of those plays. So I'm a huge believer in that. And we only have 6 formations, but I think it's enough where you can run everything right and left, and again, present multiple looks to the defense and run the same plays multiple ways. So the 6 formations we have are left over, we have slot left. So those 3 are all formations with left in it. So every formation we have has either left or right in it. So we have left over, and slot left. And then we have right over, and slot right. So those are the 6 formations we have. And when we make the call left or right, our strong side of the offensive line goes in that direction. So if we call left over, or slot left, the strong side knows they're going to the left. If we call right over, or slot right, the strong side goes to the right. And obviously the quick side is going to go away from the call. So that's how we kind of start off with that. I'll show you kind of what the formations look like. We have a left formation. So if we call left formation, this is what it looks like. Again, because it's left, the strong side knows they're going to the left. So there's our strong guard and our strong tackle. And left formation is just basic, 900 formation in Delaware speak. And then the quick guard and quick tackle are going to go away from the call. Okay. And then our dive back is always going to be on the same side as the quick side. That way you've got your belly action. So the quick guard and quick tackle and the dive back are always together. So the dive back, he doesn't even have to remember anything other than the fact that he's always going to be behind that quick tackle. So there's left formation. And again, the strong side is to the call. Okay. And then right formation, this would be 100 in Delaware speak. So again, because it's right formation, our strong side is going to go to the call. So there's our strong guard and strong tackle, and the quick guard and quick tackle are going to go away from the call. Okay. And again, the dive back is always going to be on that quick side. Okay. If we want to call over, all that's going to do is it brings the split end over. So it's an unbalanced look. So left over, all that's doing is telling the split end, usually in left formation, you're going to be over here, but in left over, you're going to come over to the other side. But again, it's left. So the strong side is going to be to the left, and the quick side is going to be to the right. Okay. And again, the dive back is on that quick side. And if we called right over, okay, it's just the same thing going the other way. Okay. Right over, it's going to look like this. And again, it's right formation. So the strong side knows go to the call. There's your strong guard and strong tackle, and the quick guard and the quick tackle. And again, your split end is coming over to an unbalanced look. Okay. And in just a second here, I'll get into kind of why we do these different looks and what they're good against, and again, how we can run all of our plays out of these looks. And then the last look we have is slot left and slot right. Okay. So slot left, again, there's a left in it. So we know the strong side is going to the call. So there's left, and we got a wing. He takes his normal alignment as if there was a ghost tight end there. So he's still going to line up 1 and 1, 1 yard by 1 yard off of where that tight end would be if he was actually there. Okay, slot left. So again, the quick side goes away from that call. And once again, that dive back is to the quick side. Okay, and then you have slot right as our final formation, which looks like this. Okay, slot right. Again, right tells the strong side to go to the call, and the quick side's going to go away from the call. Okay, and I'm going to kind of go over here where you can run all these different plays out of these looks. So let's kind of start off with belly. I'll kind of show you how we can run belly out of all these different looks. So we're in left formation. Okay, and we number our belly is 14. Okay. So if we're running belly, you can see how we just call left 14. Okay. And there's our belly look. And again, we're always going to be running belly to that quick side. So these guys get really, really good. In this instance, we're making a bob call because there's nobody in that B gap. So, you get a block in at the hole, a block out at the hole, and a block through the hole with that dive back. So these guys get really, really good at running belly because they're always the ones that are making that call. We make a bob call or a Charlie call. Charlie's just a cross block it if we have somebody that's either head up the quick guard or in that B gap. So these guys are always the ones calling Bob and Charlie, and they get really, really good at something. And then the backside, we always have it's a cut and a climb rule where basically the strong guard's making a me or a you call, and one of them's going to cut and one of them's going to climb to a linebacker. So these two guys get really, really good at making a me and a you call because they're always working together. So in this instance, the strong guard would say you. The strong tackle would cut because they're pretty much scooping to the play side, and the strong guard would be the one climbing. So again, by doing it this way, you always have a play side of belly and a backside that's making a me or a you call. So that's what it would kind of look like out of left formation. Now, if we want to run it out of right formation, here's the best part about it. So now we want to run belly out of right formation. Okay. Well, now the calls are right. So our strong side's over here and our quick side's over here because it's a right call. Well, guess what? The quick side knows on belly that they're making a Bob or a Charlie call. So again, they're still, even though it's right formation now, the quick guard and the quick tackler, now they're on this side over here, the play side, and they're still getting to call Bob or Charlie, and they're getting really, really good at something. And the strong guard and strong tackler are still making a me or a you call to see who's going to cut and climb. In this instance, that strong tackle is going to cut that 3. The strong guard will be climbing the backer. Okay. Now we want to run the same thing, but we're running the same exact play that we've been running. Now we're running left over, and we're going to run belly again. Okay, so different formation, different look. But again, you can kind of see how, it's because we're flip-flopping our offensive line, they get really, really good at something. So now we got left over, and we're running belly. Okay, so left tells the strong side to go over here. So they're making that me and you call. Okay, the strong guard, now he's got somebody to cut if they're scooping to the play side. So the strong guard would be saying, me. And the strong tackle knows that he's now climbing to cut off a backer. And the quick guard and quick tackle, they're always going away from the call. So we got left over. Well, they know to go to the right and then just run your belly rules. You're either going to make a Bob or a Charlie call. Well, now you got somebody that is in that B gap, so they're going to Charlie it and cross block that thing. Okay. And we do have a designated dive back again. I know some teams motion and they have a true right halfback and left halfback. We don't. We always have that dive back. He's the one that's leading through the hole on belly. So he gets really, really good at reading Bob and Charlie and hearing the call and knowing how it's to be blocked and ISOing that backer. So you can put a more physical kid here at dive back because he's going to have to ISO block that thing for you. So I think it kind of lets your kids specialize in what they're really, really good at. And then you have a wing that's truly a wing that he gets really good at timing up that belly sweep fake or give. Okay. And then let's say we want to run it out of, I'm not going to show it out of right over, but say we want to run it out of slot. Okay. So we're going to run slot belly. Okay. So here we go. Slot left, which tells the strong side to go to the left. Okay. The strong side's on the left and they know, okay, we're going to make a me or a you call. The strong guard's saying in this case, you, meaning the strong tackle, you cut and I'm going to climb to the backer. Quick guard and quick tackle. Okay. They know go away from the call. It's slot left, so they go to the right, and they know we're running belly. So again, they're going to make a Bob or a Charlie call. Well, in this instance, we're going to Bob it. He's going to block in, He's going to block out. And the dive back, who's always the dive back, is going to lead through on that play side backer. So they get really, really good at something, and it truly cuts our learning in half. If we didn't do it this way, if we had a right guard and a right tackle, now they've got to learn both. They got to know, is the belly coming to me or away? And they've got to get, efficient at Bob, Charlie, and me and you. Well, this way, when we practice belly in practice, we can split it up and go half line, and the quick side can work on Bob and Charlie, and the strong guard and strong tackle can always work on me and you. Now, when you run belly out of slot, the tight end being there doesn't affect anything. It's still belly. All we're telling our tight end to do is block out on the first person to the outside. Okay, and I'll show you out of a different look here. Let's show it versus a 4-4. So now we got slot right belly. Okay, and you can see here again, just follow your rules. Slot right tells the strong side to go to the right because they go to the call. Okay, and the quick side's the left with that dive back. And all they're going to do is run belly. Again, in slot belly, the tight end just blocks out on the first person outside of him. So he would leave a head-up guy alone, or a 7 technique in this case. Quick guard and quick tackle. What do you guys do on belly? Well, it's Bob and Charlie. There's a player that is in that B gap, so we're going to Charlie that. So they're really, really good at that. Dive back knows he's leading through to that play side inside linebacker, and then we're scooping on the backside. These guys know, all right, strong guard, make a me or you call. So he's saying, me, I'm going to cut. And strong tackle, you're going to climb. And I'll tell you what, these defensive linemen absolutely hate getting cut. And some of you at home are probably thinking, you know what? Doesn't it give away what you're doing if you flip your offensive line? No, it doesn't. We can still run belly and belly sweep. We can run trap and buck sweep, and we can run our entire offense. So it doesn't tell you where we're running the ball. It doesn't tell the defense anything as far as where we're going to run the ball. It just truly lets our kids get good at, running either the play side of belly or the back side of belly. All right, so again, let me show you how on buck sweep, for instance, I kind of showed you belly, how belly eliminates our learning and cuts it in half. So now we're going to talk about buck sweep, okay? We number that 37, 38. That's kind of our numbering system. So, all right, we're running buck sweep now. Okay. All right, now, left tells the strong side to go to the left, and the quick side knows to go away from the call. Well, now, because we do it this way, the strong guard is always going to be the guy that's pulling, he's getting a couple steps of depth, eyeballing that wing to come tight off his butt, and he knows, all right, kick out left shoulder, head up in the hole. So he's going to get great at, well, every time we run buck sweep, I'm always the kick guy. And the quick guard's going to get really good at, pull flat, get some depth, and he's, blocking inside out on that play side inside linebacker. So they get really, really good at doing one job. Okay. And even that strong tackle knows, his rule is, we actually have him help the center. He's looking for the first guy inside on the line of scrimmage to possibly help that center. And if he's handled, he can climb to a backer. So that quick tackle is always going to be the one that's making the touchdown block. So again, by flipping your offensive line, it allows you to truly get good at doing, one job whenever you run buck sweep or belly or what have you. Okay. We're running buck sweep out of end over. Kind of show you what it looked like. But again, left over. So we know now that's just going to bring our split end over. Okay. But again, because we do it this way, left, the strong guard's always going to be the kick guy. The quick guard's always going to wrap. The quick tackle's always the touchdown block. And that strong tackle always knows he's helping, to help out first guy inside on the line. And if that center handled him, then he can climb. So again, I'm a big believer in this. It truly lets you get good at doing one thing. And that strong guard knows, all right, I'm kicking out left shoulder, or kicking out right shoulder. So if we're going to run it to the right, let's do it out of slot this time. So I'll show you how we can run, let's see here, run it out of slot. So if we ran slot buck sweep, now we can run it back here, where that wing is still blocking down. Your strong guard could pull tight off that wing and kick out. And the quick guards, quick guard would still be the one that's wrapping. So again, we can run all of our plays out of every single formation. So that's something where I didn't want to put in a formation where this didn't make sense. I want to be able to run belly sweep, trap, Okay, buck sweep, everything in our entire offense out of these formations, but while keeping it simple for not only the offensive line, but also that backfield action as well, where the dive back would, always be the ball carrier on buck sweep. He would always be the lead blocker on belly. The wing would always be the ball carrier on belly sweep, and he'd always be the down blocker on buck sweep. Okay, so again, just kind of some beliefs as far as formations. Now, why we do certain things. Okay, I think again, when you get into the game, understand that you don't have to have every single play work, but you've got to find a way to be able to run buck sweep. You got to make it go. Okay, you've got to be able to find a way to run belly. Okay, or trap. Now, here's the key: is they don't all have to work out of every single formation. You've got to find one way to make buck sweep go. So if we get into a game and we're trying to run buck sweep, right? And we're running it out of left formation. Okay, so here it's shown kind of versus a 4-4 look. All right. Well, we're trying to run buck sweep out of this look. Well, maybe this corner is being coached. Okay, yes, you're a deep third player, but I want you to eyeball that tight end and wing. And as soon as you see them block, well, now, even though you're a deep third player, you're going to come up and run sport, and they're going to get an extra hat in there. So they're really shutting down our buck sweep out of left formation and possibly even right formation because of the way they're coaching this cover 3 corner. Okay. All right, fine. Well, now we have another possible answer is, all right, let's versus a 4-4 team, or maybe even a 3-5 team, an 8-man front. Let's pull that corner out of there and now see if they can handle it. So again, all we've done now is nothing changed for the offensive line. Nothing changed for the backfield action. Again, we've cut our learning in half by having a strong side and a quick side. But now, just by taking the split end and moving him over, well, that corner's got to go out and cover that split end or else we can throw to him. Well, now this guy cannot key that tight end wing and come up and run sport. So now all we've done is by using a different formation, it's kept it completely simple for our quarterback, fullback, dive back, everybody. It's the same darn play. Split end, you're just going to come over, maybe even widen out as far as that corner's going to let you take them and stalk block that corner. And now, because we're doing it that way, we actually can get an extra hat because this corner's removed himself. Now that quick tackle on the touchdown block, he can block that free safety. So now we even get a head on him. So again, just a simple adjustment. All you've done is run a different formation, and you've made that defense prepare. They now have to, have an answer for that. So maybe we're getting to a game and we can't run buck sweep out of left, and all of a sudden all we do is go left over, and it starts working for the rest of the game. So something that simple. So again, that's out of left over. Just being able to have different ways to run, plays is really, really important for us and helps us a whole lot. Okay, so I'm going to kind of go through and watch some film with you guys and show you. We actually have a multitude of ways of running these plays. So again, let me show you. Here's buck sweep just out of left formation. This is actually a team in Kentucky called Franklin Simpson running it. Okay, so there's buck sweep, okay, out of left formation. Again, by doing it this way, having a designated wing, he's always the one that's down blocking, not having a left half and a right half, having a true designated wing. He's getting good at down blocking on buck sweep. And always having a dive back, he's always the ball carrier on buck sweep. Doesn't tell you what play we're on. We can still come back here and run belly and belly sweep, but this guy gets really, really good at that 90-degree cut. There would be our strong guard kicking, and there would be our quick guard wrapping. Okay. Here's West Aurora High School out of Illinois. Coach Nate Eimer does a great job. Here would be left buck sweep. Okay. Again, same guys doing the same job. And again, you have that ball carrier that gets really, really used to always doing his thing. Show you one more clip out of this formation. Here it is from the end zone copy. Again, I would argue that if you don't do it this way, if this is a true left guard and if this is a true left guard and this is a right guard, well, now this guy's got to get good at kicking and wrapping, but he's always the kick guy, so he's going to get really, really good at doing that one job. And this is actually my team, Evansville Central High School, running it as well. So again, designated wing, and this guy right here is our dieback, so he's always the ball carrier. There's our touchdown guy. Again, just being annoying for us and getting in the way. Now, here's one thing that we did that I didn't even show you in our playbook that I thought was really, really good is, here's another way to run buck sweep, which we liked a lot, is just to motion. Okay, so all we're doing here is we're running left rip, which just tells this guy to motion across, okay? And then we're gonna run back, buck sweep back away from the motion. So again, here it is, left rip, which is just motion this guy. And all we do is tag this. You can kind of see right here, we're tagging it short, which is just telling that play side guard, he knows when he's here short, that the wing isn't there anymore, and now his landmark is to come off that tight end's butt. So this is just another way that we can run buck sweep. We're going to motion that wing across and then run buck sweep back short, and we're going to use that tight end to kick out off of his butt. So here it is, left rip, and all we're doing is running buck sweep back away from the motion. Keeps it real simple for our kids. Again, all they do is they hear 37, they know that's buck sweep. But we're window dressing it with motion, okay? So nothing's changing. It's left, so we know our strong side's over here. So there's our strong guard kicking. You know, to them, they don't care. Rip has nothing to do with the offensive line. That's just motion in the wing. And then short is just a tag that tells our strong guard, instead of coming off that wing's butt, you're going to come off that tight end's butt now. So left rip, we're motioning. We're just going to run buck sweep. Doesn't change anything for the quarterback, that backfield action, or the offensive line. So for them, it's super, super simple. Okay. Here it is again. Okay. All we're doing is motioning that wing, and we're going to run buck sweep back to where that motion came from. We're tagging it with short to tell that guard to kick out first thing outside the tight end. Looked like our guy got his head ripped off there. Okay. Here's the same thing. Now we can do it out of right. Okay. So say we can run buck sweep out of right formation. And again, because here's Scott County High School out of Kentucky. Okay. Right, which tells, again, this would be our designated wingback, so he's always down blocking. Our designated dieback's always the ball carrier. Our designated strong guard's going to kick. Quick guard's going to wrap. So here would be right, buck sweep. Again, they always get good at, that's that same guy making that 90-degree cut all the time. He's twice as likely to be good at it because he doesn't have to rep down blocking and being the ball carrier. Okay. Here's us running out of right formation. Okay. Now again, we want to be able to run this a bunch of different ways so we can disguise it. So here it is, that same concept that we did before, but now out of right formation. Okay, so we got right, so it's right formation. So we know our strong side's over here. Right, Liz, which sends our wing across, and we're going to run buck sweep short back to where that motion came from. Okay, but it doesn't change anything for the backfield action. It's still buck sweep. That's always our ball carrier. Our offensive line, it's the same darn thing. They don't care that we're motioning the wing. The only guy it affects is that strong guard, and we tag short, saying, look, because we motion the wing, okay, he ain't going to be there anymore, so you're going to pull up quicker, and you got to use that tight end as landmark. So right, Liz, and then you're running buck sweep short. Everybody had the same rules they always did. It doesn't change anything. I mean, you can install this in a minute. I mean, you show them on the board and it's that easy that once you've installed buck sweep, now you can do it out of a variety of formations. I'll show you that end zone look. Again, I would argue because we're doing it, we've repped the backfield action so much in the faking that this dive back is so good at his 90-degree cut. Okay, the strong guard's an expert at kicking out with his right shoulder. Okay, they get so proficient at this that now it's so easy to put in a formation or a motion just to kind of confuse that defense. Here it is again. This is us, right? Liz, we're running buck sweep back away from where that motion came from. Okay, again, just to kind of, it appears complex to the defense, but for us, it's super, super simple. just disguising it. But again, it's funny because we're just running buck sweep. And again, all I've got to do is find one way to make buck sweep good. We ain't got to be able to run out of every formation and look. Maybe it's just working out of this look for that game, because you can see this team right here, for whatever reason, we have a play where we'll motion this guy across, and then we do like a quick pitch to that dive back weak. Well, if they don't adjust to that, we can run that quick pitch. Well, you can kind of see here, okay, why is this play working? Well, when we motion, look what their defense does. We motion this guy across, and look at them. They're sliding. The defense is sliding and reacting to that motion. I mean, they're bumping linebackers. The safety is coming down. He's rolling back. Okay, well, for whatever reason, they want to take away that quick pitch. Okay, well, let's just run back where that motion came from. I think they're even slanting that way too. Okay, so again, just trying to figure out, like, what are they doing when we motion? When we motion, if the defense didn't move, well, then I'd motion across and run that quick pitch weak. But if we motion across and the defense does move, okay, so you kind of know why you're calling what you're calling. They overreact to motion, run back where that motion came from. Okay, but again, it's still buck sweep, and it's simple for our kids. Okay, here's buck sweep. I told you we can run it out of over. I'll just show you kind of one clip out of each look, so just kind of showing you how we can run it. Here's Scott County running it out of over. You can see how it forces that corner to move out. Okay, so now they're going to have an answer for running bucks, but it's still buck sweep. This wing for us would always be the down blocker. There's our dive back, always a 90-degree cut guy. Strong guard's always going to kick. Quick guard, is going to be the wrap guy. So again, it's simple for us, but it forces them to defend it out of a different look. You can see how great Scott County is. They're absolutely incredible. Probably my biggest mentor for the wing tee is Jim McKee. Here's us running it. Okay, so again, just pulling that corner out of there. Same darn play. Same thing for the offensive line and that backfield action. Okay, super easy for us, but it makes that defense. You can see a great stock block by our receiver out there running buck sweep. Okay, I'm not going to show it out of right over, but the same concept. You're pulling that corner out of there, and the last is running it out of slot. Okay, so here would be slot buck sweep. Okay, here's West Aurora, Nate Eimer running it. So slot left. Okay, there would be our, again, quick guard would be, or the strong guard would be the kick guy. The quick guard's wrapping. So again, it's the same guys doing the same job. Okay, slot buck sweep. So again, just another way to run it. Simple for us. Make them defend buck sweep out of as many formations as possible. And always have the same guys doing the same job. We don't have, here's North Hall, a high school in Georgia running slot buck sweep. Okay, again, the dive back's going to be the ball carrier. The wing's going to be down block, and everybody's doing the same job, same backfield action, same blocking. A slot buck sweep. Okay, so again, let's look at belly here, how we can run belly out of a multitude of looks. Okay, so we can run belly. I'm just going to kind of go through this quickly. We can run it out of left and right. Okay, so here's Bellevue High School on Washington. They actually were the team that beat De La Salle. That when the game stands tall, they ended their 150-plus game win streak. So here's left formation, just running belly for us. This would be our quick side. So these guys are going to be calling Bob and Charlie. In this case, looks like it'd be a Bob call. And then the strong side knows they're calling me and you because one of them's going to cut, one of them's going to climb. And then the designated dive back for us is always going to be the guy ISO blocking that play side linebacker. And our designated wing is always coming around faking belly sweep. Get really, really good at something. Okay, so there's belly. Again, faking belly sweep after running belly. Here's us trying our best to look like Bellevue. They're pretty good. So here's left belly. We're handing off. And then again, faking that belly sweep. Okay. We can do the same thing. We can run it out of right, but it wouldn't change anything for our offensive line. Okay, here's Bellevue again running it. So here's right. Well, again, right tells the strong side to come over here. So they're going to make a me or you call. One of you's cutting, one of you's climbing. And the quick side knows they're calling Bob or Charlie. Okay, and then the dive back's leading through. Wing, you're coming around faking belly sweep. Backfield action is the same, always if we're running belly. And it's the same for the offensive line by flipping them. So here's right belly. They're pretty physical. Great team. There's Bellevue running it again out of right formation. Okay, just right belly. Helps when you have kids who can run hard like that, number 5. It's pretty tough. All right. Show you some other things we can do. All right, left formation. Now all we're going to do is motion that wing across. So now here's Scott County. All they're going to do now is, instead of running left belly, let's run left, rip, okay? Motion him across, and then he's going to block out because we know that we're running that ball inside there off tackle. So left, rip, belly. So again, we're going to motion across, give some window dressing. All right, now that we've done that, well, don't worry about the rip. All this is belly now. Everybody else do what you do on belly. Don't worry about the motion. Motion guy knows to block out on that outside linebacker. We're just running belly. So maybe this is a great play when you motion across, that outside linebacker widens to kind of stop the toss. Okay? Maybe that's why you're running it. So again, just another way to run belly is now all we're going to do is motion that wing across and run belly. And now to have an outside threat, what Scott County does here, which is pretty brilliant, okay, is the quarterback now is the outside threat. You can see here, after handing off on belly, he carries out a keep fake. Like he could possibly be keeping the ball outside. Here's Scott County again. So now instead of just running left formation or 900 belly, right, all they're going to do is motion the wing across. All right, offensive lineman got to worry about it. Backfield action got to worry about it. Just run belly. And then the quarterback hands off belly, and then he fakes the outside portion of belly, since you don't have obviously that wing is no longer a threat on belly sweep when he motions across. Okay. Now we run it out of right formation. Okay. Here's Scott County again. My mentor, Jim McKee, motion him across. Everybody just run belly. Hand off belly, and then the quarterback's faking it like he possibly couldn't be keeping it. And when you see that, again, why would you potentially call keep? Well, have that quarterback carry out his fake always. And when you see that this outside linebacker that we're blocking out on starts ducking his nose inside, then call that belly keep with that quarterback. And again, a much better play too if you have a mobile, quick quarterback that can maybe make something happen out in space. Okay, so here we go. Right formation. You want to run belly, but now it's a different look. Okay, motion that guy across. Everybody run belly. Quarterback, carry out your keep fake. This guy's honoring it, so as long as he's stepping up to honor the quarterback, he's taking himself out of that play to stop belly. Okay, again, just a different way to run it. So now let's run it. Let's run slot belly. So again, nothing's going to change for the backfield action. Nothing's going to change for that offensive line. Here's Moline High School on Illinois. Mike Morrissey's a great coach, another mentor of mine. So slot left. Okay, slot left. So here's the quick side. Guys, just call Bob or Charlie. Tight end block out on the first guy outside of you. Strong side, you guys are making a me or you call. Designated wing, you're coming around faking belly sweep. Die back, you're blocking that play side inside linebacker. So nothing's going to change. We're just running out of a different formation. So here's slot left, belly. Again, presenting a different look to the defense. But again, it's so important is the backfield action the same? And for us, I love having that designated die back. He can be the more physical maybe of the two, okay? Because he's got an ISO block, okay? And that wing, he's probably got to be a pretty good down blocker on buck sweep. But again, they get good at doing that one job. They slot belly. Again, they know what the backfield action is and the blocking rules. Here would be slot right, belly. So you can kind of see here how we have multiple ways to run the same thing. Okay, this is us, slot right, belly. So slot right puts the strong side here. A strong guard, make a me or you call. One of you's cutting, one of you's climbing. Quick sides over here. Okay, you guys are calling Bob or Charlie. And the tight end block out on the first guy outside of you. Die back, lead through on play side inside linebacker. Wing, you're coming around faking belly sweep. Same backfield action, same blocking rules. Just be able to run it out of different formations. That's our fullback. He's about 250. Pretty quick too. Great tough physical runner on belly and fullback trap for us this year. Did a really nice job. Here's from the end zone copy. So again, just kind of looking at the rule. Looks like we should have a Charlie call here because there's a player in that B gap. So these two know, okay, it's slot formation, but they don't care. Okay, quick guard and quick tackle. You know that you're Charlie in this. Okay, so again, they just kind of following the rules, and we should be good to go. Okay. Here's Moline High School out of Illinois running slot belly. Hand off, fake that belly sweep. And again, we can do this with not only that, but, buck sweep, belly, same thing with belly sweep. If we're going to go belly sweep, okay, so let's go back now. Okay, here's Scott County. They're running belly. Why are you running belly sweep? Because when you run belly, you're watching to see belly sweep. That there's nobody out there respecting that belly sweep. So here's left belly sweep. I mean, you can see there's that pulling guard's really got nobody to block. Okay, but by doing it this way, in our belly sweep, we always have our strong guard. Okay, because it's left formation. Our strong guard is always the guy that's pulling out in space and leading the play. So he knows on belly sweep, he's always the guy that's leading the play. Your wing is always the ball carrier. Okay, so you have designated, rules where, okay, it's always going to be that same backfield action for the same guys doing the same job, same blocking rules, and we always have our strong guard leading the play. Here's left belly sweep. Scott County, again, just does a great job. We can run belly sweep, obviously, out of right formation as well. So here would be right belly sweep. More Scott County. All right, so now we've called right belly sweep. Well, right puts our strong guard to the right. Well, guess what? It works out perfectly because he's going to be the one that's pulling and leading the play. Okay? And our wing is obviously the designated ball carrier. Backfield action stays the same. Blocking rules stay the same for the offensive line. So I'm a big believer in flip-flopping the offensive line. And again, I would argue, all right, great. We're flipping our offensive line right now. So what does that really tell you? We could right now run belly right here. We could run fullback trap up the middle. We could run buck sweep over here. We could run belly sweep. So by flip-flopping your offensive line, now, if you picture this defensively, does it really give you an advantage? Does it tell you where we're running the ball? I would argue no. Just makes it better for our offense. And again, be able to run this out of multiple formations while keeping it simple for your backfield action and your offensive line. So that way you get really, really good at the faking and getting good at your job. Okay. We can also run belly sweep, okay, out of over, okay, or we could run it out of slot as well. So let's see here. Let's see left over belly sweep. So now we've got left over, okay, and maybe somebody's thinking, okay, they're running it. Well, you don't know, right? We're not just running over so that way we can pull your corner out and run buck sweep out here. Out of left over right now, we could run buck sweep out here. We could run our fullback trap up the middle. We could run our belly. We could run our belly sweep. So it doesn't tell you anything. But by running left over sweep, left tells that strong guard's here. He knows, all right, on belly sweep, I'm pulling across the other side of the ball and leading that belly sweep. The wing knows he's the ball carrier. Okay, fullback knows he's faking belly. So here we go. Left over, and here's belly sweep out of left over. Same guys doing the same job, same backfield action. Simple for us, but again, running multiple formations and motions and things, okay, to keep it simple. So right now we're running left over. We can run buck sweep out here. We could run our fullback trap. We run belly sweep, and obviously we have, counter crisscross and all different stuff. But again, just here's, I'm just kind of sticking with belly and belly sweep and buck sweep, just kind of be consistent with how we can run same things out of different looks. So there's belly sweep out of end over. Let's see it out of, I showed you out of slot. The only time you really can't run belly sweep is when you motion that wing across. So when we run that rip or Liz, that wing is no longer there. So that's the only time you really lose that belly sweep, but then you have that quarterback keep fake off of belly to replace that outside play. So here we go. Let's go slot belly sweep now. So here's slot. Just kind of showing you how we can run, every single play we got out of all 6 of these formations. So here's slot. Okay, and usually when we run belly out of slot, we're running it to that nub tight end side. So here's slot left, belly sweep. Same guys doing the same job. Here's that last one was Scott County. Here's us running it. Okay, so slot left, belly sweep. Show you quick slot right, belly sweep. So again, just based on our rules, slot right puts our strong side to the call. So our strong side would be here. Our strong guard knows on belly sweep that he's pulling and leading the play. Okay. Designated dive back, so again, just that wing's always a ball carrier. So it keeps things simple for us, but we can run the same play out of slot as well. Slot, belly sweep. Scott County High School out of Kentucky. Here's Scott County again. Slot, belly sweep. Fullback trap, I'll show you, and then we'll kind of conclude this here. So we want to run fullback trap. We have 8 different ways to run fullback trap. We can run left fullback trap. So here's number 1. Number 1 way to run fullback trap. And again, if we run fullback trap, it's our quick guard. Our quick guard knows that he's always going to be the one pulling and trapping. So he gets great at his inside out trap. Trap left, left shoulder, trap right, right shoulder. So here's our quick guard. Okay, these guys know, all right, they're running the same backfield action as buck sweep, and now the fullback's getting the ball. So here's left fullback trap. Okay, that's number 1 way to run fullback trap. Number 2 way would be out of right. And if you're running right formation, that means the strong side is to the right. So again, this right here is our quick guard, the left guard in this instance. So he's going to pull and trap. He's always the guy on fullback trap that pulls and traps. Always. There's right fullback trap. So there's 2 ways to run fullback trap. We can run it out of left over and right over. So here's left over fullback trap. So here's us right now. You can see our corner, pulling that corner way out of there and over. So here's left over fullback trap. Again, because it's left, that quick guard, which is now on the right, is going to be our trapper every single time on fullback trap. Left over, we're just running fullback trap. There's our big guy. He was pretty good at running straight ahead, and he liked to run people over. So there's left over fullback trap. Well, certainly if we can run out of left over, we can run out of right over. So here's our 4th way to run fullback trap. Here's Scott County. Right over. So our quick guard is there on the left side because he goes away from the call. There's our quick guard. He's going to pull and kick on fullback trap. He always is the same guy doing it. So he gets really, really good at it. Okay, so there's right over fullback trap. Okay, that's 4 ways to run it. All right, now let's go left rip fullback trap. Here's us. So left, all we're going to do is motion this guy across. We already showed you motioning him across and running buck sweep away from motion. Well, now we're going to motion him across and run fullback trap. Okay, it doesn't change anything for the backfield action. Doesn't change anything for the offensive line. It's always going to be this quick guard that's trapping. All we've done is just now presented the defense a different look. Left rip, fullback trap. Offensive line don't even care that we called rip. There's our big fella. Okay, there's the fifth way that we run fullback trap. If we can run left rip fullback trap, then we can certainly run right Liz fullback trap. So here's Scott County, right. There's our strong side. Liz motions him across, and then the quick guard is going to be the trapper, because he's always the trapper. Okay, so again, just another way to be able to run fullback trap. Okay, so that's now 6 ways I've shown you: right, left, right over, left over, right Liz, left rip, fullback trap, and now there is 2 more ways. Run it out of slot. It's a team out in California running it. So here's slot fullback trap. Okay, in this instance, I believe it's slot left. So here's the quick guard. He's going to be the trapper. Okay, so all we're doing, we're in slot formation. Guys, don't worry. Just run fullback trap. Okay, so here it is, slot left. They're just running fullback trap out of slot. And then if we can run it out of slot left, we can run it out of slot right. So this is now 8 ways to run fullback trap. This is our team here. Slot right. Okay, so that puts a strong set over here. Slot right. Okay, fullback trap. So there's our quick guard. He knows he's the trapper. Okay. Here we go. Slot right, fullback trap. There's our big fella running hard. So again, that's 8 different ways that we can run fullback trap. So when we go into a game, it's more of, we don't have to have all 8 of them work. Maybe fullback trap only works out of slot that game. And then the next game we get in there and we try to run it. I kind of go into a game with a play sheet, and I'll call fullback trap maybe out of left or right. And I'll call it maybe once, twice. If I've called it twice and it hasn't worked either time, I pretty much cross it off the sheet for the rest of that particular game. And I try to find a different way that we can run fullback trap, because we're going to run fullback trap. Okay. So again, it could be, maybe for whatever reason they make an adjustment in slot or left over or right over, or maybe we motion and that gets it going. So again, you don't have to have fullback trap or buck sweep or belly sweep work out of every possible look. You got to find a way to make those plays go. And I would argue, do you have to run belly in a game? Yes. Do you have to run trap? Yeah. Do you have to run buck sweep? Well, of course. And belly sweep? Well, yeah. But they don't have to work out of every single look. So what I'm proposing to you is flip-flop your offensive line to keep it simple. Have a designated dive back and wing backs. That way you have a designated guy that's always the ball carrier on buck sweep, or always blocking down on buck sweep. On belly, it's always the same guy leading through, the same guy that's the belly sweep guy. That's all I'm arguing. So that way your guys' learning is cut in half versus truly being a right and a left team where you're doubling your guys' learning. So what I'm here to argue is flip-flop your offensive line, have a designated wing back and dive back. Keep it simple for your backfield action. Get really, really good at ball handling so you have good fakes. You don't ever fumble the ball. Just things like that. And have a multitude of ways to run buck sweep, belly, trap, and counter crisscross, where you can run those things out of all your different formations. And every single game, get in there, have your play sheet. And game to game, I don't know which one's going to work, but be flexible enough to get in there and say, they're in this game, when we motion across, what are they doing? And have people in the box that are kind of looking for, if we motion across, are they overreacting to motion where we can come back weak or things like that. So it just kind of gives you answers and different ways to run your play, because again, wing T, in my opinion, is, you better have, certain series. Most wing T teams, I'd argue, have maybe 2 series. We're a buck sweep and a belly series team. So we got to make those plays go, but just being able to do it out of, like I said, multiple formations, motions, and things like that presents different looks. And truly, it's hard for the defense. Now you got to make them line up. They got to line up and adjust to motions and end overs and things like that. And it just keeps them honest. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, I'd love to share a film with you. Once again, my email is Sean, SEAN, Coultis, tis@evsck12.com. Thank you. And if you have any questions, I look forward to helping you or sharing film or answering any questions through email.